Let's get into it. Right. Tutorial's nice and easy. You're just clicking everywhere for now. Now, it just sends you on a nice little journey. It does look better than it used to. Anything wrong with black cats? No, it's not the cat part. So, combat in this game, most of you have watched me play this before. Combat in this game works off turn-based, off squares, right? So, like, I choose where I want to go. This is where I want to go. There's some little combat music on the go as well. I get 3 movement points each turn as a base until I get, like, items to improve that as a stat. So, the green squares is where I can move. I got 3 movement points for the... like, my turn. All my spells are on the bottom. I either have air, water, fire, or earth. Usually they don't give you all of these, but I am casually just going to go with earth. Oh, wait, I even got... oh, it uses up 2 action points. Abilities use action points, and as a base, you can see at the bottom here, I have 6 action points. Certain abilities use certain action points. Oh, God, they change it so much. Gonna put my little starter gear on. Nice. Send me into the next room. Start the next fight. Beautiful. How much is each one? Tells you at the top, each costs 2 action points. They changed it a lot. You can see how much damage each of them does. I think fire also... okay, fire's a 33% chance of hitting one, 33% chance of hitting another, and 33% chance of hitting another. What is the condition on this? Oh, if I... okay, and I can only use it twice on a certain mob per turn. Because you're going to start running away. Use my other ability on them. Goddamn right, I'm going to do that. Level 2. I don't really care too much about this. Actually, nah, I probably should. I can improve my characteristics, for example. They've done it in a weird way. So, like, I want to play Earth. Let's say I want to play Earth. I can put 5 points per level into Earth. Nice. It definitely plays very differently to what it used to. I leave the temple, so now I'm like... that's my sort of tutorial finished. Now, here's the thing. I see some mobs here. If I fight the mobs, it's going to be the same combat system as it was before. I click on any of the blue squares to, like, save my position, ready up, and then here we go. So, because I'm maxed out a little bit of Earth, I'm going to use my Earth ability first, which will eventually start hitting more the more Earth I have. I can get Earth through, like, items, or I can get, like, other stats through different items as well. Nice. Once I get to the end of the fight, it shows me the loot I dropped. Now, let me turn sound effects down a little bit, because my ears are going to get exploded if I keep on like this. Once I get to the end of the fight, it'll give me all, like, the stats and the summary and stuff like that. Which it never used to, but, like, the main important thing is, like, the loot. So, estimated value of the loot that I got from that fight, 473. And then I think to myself, well, I can go just sell that in the market, realistically, if I just want money for it. But what's more important early on in the game to look at is if I go right-click on it and I click recipes, it will show me all the different things that needs that recipe for. And if I sort it by... can I sort it? There probably is a sort button, but I'm just going to put, like... level 1 to level 10, it will show me all the recipes that I can use this for, basically. Now, good feature about Dofus, which I explain to everybody every single time, is there's another thing called the bestiary. And it shows me what that resource is and what mobs it can be dropped from. And then, more specifically, if I want to say, like, okay, I want to farm that mob, but I want the best chance of getting it, it's a 59 to 61.95% chance to drop from that mob. And I say, okay, maybe that's the best mob to drop it off. So I click on the right over here, which displays the areas where this creature is found. And then it shows me on the map where I can find those mobs, basically. That's, like, honestly, like, the best feature, like, I've ever seen in any fucking MMO. There's more buttons as well. Like, if I go to the encyclopedia... I come back here, I have every single item that exists in the game. So, kind of like before, If I go to resources and I say like, okay, no, wait, I'm going to go to equipment and I'm going to sort it by level this time. I can see all of the items that exist in the game. And then let's say I want my character to be Earth, like I said. I can come over here and I can say I want strength because strength is Earth. And it will show me only items that have Earth. And let's say I want my item to have Earth and Vitality. It will show me only those. And then obviously I can come along and say like I only need a pair of boots. So it will show me that. And then I can right click on this here. I can come to recipes and it says I need 3 green peewee feathers and 3 translucent petals. Same thing. I would come over to bestiary and I would say like, okay, that's the mob I need to fight to get that. Where can I find that? And then it won't be here. It'll be like, it'll be completely all over the place, like green there. And it will also show you, if I'm not wrong, it will show you like a different color of how like dense of an area it is to find that mob. So like if there's more mobs there, then great. One thing I do like about Dofus more than any fucking MMO is the fact that gathering is one thing, but gathering is only a part of crafting. So if I wanted to craft an item, for example, like, let me come over to the, even on the starter island, you have like workshops. So if I come over to one of the crafting stations in one of the workshops, which I'm obviously not going to have anything yet, but let's say I want to, I can either use a sewing machine because this is a tailor and a shoemaker. I don't know if you, yeah, you can see that. So if I wanted to work leather, that would be boots and belt. If I wanted to sew, that would be cape and like hat, helmet. So let's say I want a new hat. The farter, great. It's all like based off mobs that I need to kill in game. It's not like Albion where I come along and say like, okay, I want to craft a mercenary jacket. I know I need to go gather hide and like, I don't know what it is, fiber or some shit or and then that's it. That's all you need. In this game, it's predominantly based off the mobs you go out and kill. And each mob has a chance of dropping that resource or that item or whatever. So, like I said earlier, like, if I wanted to craft something like, I don't know, like one of these, a Bubatron mask at level 200, I can come over here and I can say like, right, I need 42 of these. I can click on the bestiary again. It drops off that. What's the chance of that dropping? It's a 12% chance of dropping. But it's not always a 12% chance of dropping because you can improve that stat. Like, each stat in Dofus has a different secondary statistic. So, if I come along here, where is the more... Oh, is it all here? Okay. If I was to redistribute my points, how do I... Oh, I can take them away like that. If I was to want a better chance at dropping a resource or an item in the game, like I said, each thing has something different. So chance, if I was to put more into chance, I don't know if it will do it, but prospecting is the chance of dropping something. I don't know, you can't see my mouse, but you can see it towards the top. Prospecting is what dictates the chance of dropping an item or a resource. If I put it into chance, you'll see that it improves prospecting and initiative. I confirm it gives me one more in prospecting. So what would have been a 12% chance now becomes like a 12.1% chance, basically. But everything has its secondary stats. So air is damage and healing, lock, dodge, and initiative. Earth is initiative. Pods is your carry weight. Neutral damage and healing. And earth damage and healing. Vitality is just vitality. Wisdom is how much XP you get, basically. But it also helps in... If you're somebody that debuffs, I can have a better chance of taking away people's like action points or I have a better chance of not having mine removed. That's basically a summary for you as quick as I can do it. Main thing when you're starting out Dofus is kind of... It's also a sandbox. It really is also a sandbox, just as like Albion is, where right now I can do whatever the fuck I want. Main thing is just go out, play the game, drop some resources, explore the like starter island. For me, I kind of know everything I'm doing. I mean, to some extent. So my idea is probably at this point, gather everything I see and go do the biggest mobs that I can. Obviously, there's about, if I look at the bestiary again, the encyclopedia, mob-wise, there are 4,722 different mobs in the game. So each one of them has most of them have their own unique resource drop. So like this guy, Tigramas, is going to have something that no other mob will have. Which is probably the tail, like that. The set I have on right now, I don't like how they moved everything about. I kind of want it down the bottom like that. Nice. And then I got them all. The set I have on right now, if I right click on it, I can see the set. Because I got 7 items on, it'll give me 7 vitality, 7 initiative. Initiative works, the more initiative I have, the earlier I start my turn in a fight. Wait, that level up thing on screen's pissing me off. Let me change character. The earlier I'm going to start a fight compared to someone else. My turn will start in a fight compared to someone else or a mob. Now, the fighting system 100% is the weirdest thing. The look of the game is actually not that bad. I mean, if you don't like the look of the game, you don't like the look of the game. I mean, that's each to their own, isn't it? But the fighting system isn't that bad at all. It really isn't. A lot of people think like the turn-based fighting is just like boring, but in actual fact, when it comes down to it, I think Dofus in terms of like PvE and PvP is probably like one of the most technical, most strategic games I've like ever played. It really is. Because Starter Island, it does look like, okay, I hit you, you hit me. That's it, basically. It just feels like it's the same thing over and over and over again. Like, who's going to do more damage? Once it gets later on in the game, it becomes a little bit more technical with like debuffs and stuff. And how you use your action points, how you choose to, like, if you want to heal or if you want to rather like stay back and like do damage, or like if you just want to, you know, like a lot of different things come into it at that point. Thing is I've played the game for quite a long time now, so I kind of know like how I'm going to go about this. And early on in the game, best way to go about it is quite literally get as much money as you can together, or get as much of like resources or anything like that as you can, and then just start crafting for yourself. That's kind of the way I would go about it personally. So like thinking early on, if I like come stand over here, thinking, I mean, it doesn't matter because you can reset everything at any point. Each character has their own skill sets. So this character has all of these skills that I can use. And the more you go up in levels, the more you're gonna unlock. So for me, early on in the game, I would look at like all the abilities that I have, and I would look at the abilities that I'm going to unlock. And I would say like, okay, to start the game off, what characteristic do I want realistically? The first damage ability that I unlock is air. Next would be water. After that's fire, and then we start getting to earth again. So at that point, I would come along and say like, okay, what early? Let's say I wanted to go like earth, like I showed before. If I come over here, I go to equipment. I'm gonna I don't know. I'll come over here and I'll put strength in because that's earth. And I'm going to see by level what the first sort of items I should look at crafting should be. I know that Adventurer Ring from experience has every single stat. And if I get the full set at 6 items, I get like damage, which is +1 in like damage. And 20 in each characteristic. 10 of a characteristic equals 1 damage, basically. So, if I wanted to craft the Adventurer set, I can look, I can see the highest level item I need is level 9, the hat. But let's say, like, in order, I want the ring, and I would like, I don't know, the amulet. So, to craft the amulet, I would come over here. The recipe for it is 1 particle board and 3 sesame seeds. So, then again, I would look and I would say, okay, there's a recipe for particle board. Let me go back. There's a recipe for particle board. The recipe for a particle board is 10 ashwood. So I would go, okay, I've been gathering ashwood. I have 10 of them. So I can come over here and I can look at the map. I mean, I could make it bigger if I wanted. I could come over here and I can say, right, the Lumberjack's Workshop, that's probably where I would craft a particle board, considering it needs wood. Come over here. Come on in here. And I can saw. I'm pretty sure it's a saw. And I make myself 1 particle board. Now, all I need was 3 sesame seeds. So I can come over here again. Where the hell did I put my encyclopedia? Oh, I made that too big, that's why. Come over here, make that smaller. Put that there. Encyclopedia. I wanted the Adventurer's Ring. Come over to recipes again. Sesame seed. Let me look. Where can I find sesame seeds? Sesame seeds I get off peewees. Peewees can be found, like we saw earlier. You don't have to do a set specifically, but like you can kind of do whatever you want. So this set is going to be all craftable on the main island. I need celestial wool. Again, I can come over here. I can say, right, where the hell do I find celestial wool? It's on these mobs. Right, I've glitched the game out somehow. So I know that celestial wool will be found in the fields up here. Nice. Off these mobs. I come over here. Come fight these mobs. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. Let me put that back up there. Put it down like that. So I fight this mob. And again, it's like a chance that I'm going to drop a celestial wool. I got 1. The more mobs I fight can dictate the amount of wool I can get. So because I'm fighting 2 mobs and both of these have the chance to drop wool, I actually think I fucked up because he's a bitch. Oh, no, he's not. We're good. The chance of it dropping will go up. Not only that, but also the chance of it dropping will be off each mob themselves. Yeah, they updated it recently, so like trees move and shit now, basically. Luckily enough, I dropped Adventurer boots as well, so I don't have to focus on the boots. One thing to remember is that pretty much every item in the game can be dropped to some extent. So if I come over here, because it's invisible, I can put it on for you if you like. I can put it on. Give me a sec. Da-da-da. There you go. Now you can see it. Pretty much each item in the game can be dropped. So if I come over here and I go onto bestiary again, the boots can be dropped from the gobbles, the young gobbles in this area. But let's say I can't really be to craft my adventurer ring. I can come over here again, go to the encyclopedia. I could go adventurer. I can come to bestiary and I can see that it'll be dropped off these mobs. So I could technically come down here. Da-da-da. And fight these mobs until I get one of the rings. The chance of dropping that ring... Where am I? I keep fucking up. The chance of dropping that ring, adventurer ring, is a 2.3% chance. So, you know, take that as you will. The one thing that catches people out with this game and why they don't like it is purely because of the combat system. The thing is early on in the game, it does look boring as hell. It really does. Like, clicking on it over and over again and just pray. Okay, well, I hit a 2% chance, which... These mobs have water resistance. So if I was to hit them with a water ability, I would do cool, basically. It's not, like, specific, like, which one they're going to have, but some of them do. Like, if I hover over it, you can see at the bottom... he's minus 10% in earth. That's why I hit him harder. But he's also got 20% resistance in water. So if I was going to do damage in water, I would hit for 20% less. Water. Nice. Now, because I'm level 5... My game's in French. Now, because I'm level 5, I get challenges in fights. I need to put all my points into earth. I come over here. And now I choose a challenge at the start of the fight. I can choose whether I want an XP boost or I want a loot boost. Before, it didn't used to be like this. Before, it was both. But nowadays, they just tell you. Or I can just choose random, basically. I want loot because I'm trying to drop the Adventurer's Belt. I choose challenge. I could either... Enemies must be finished off in decreasing order by level. So the higher the level, the mob is one I need to kill first. Or I need to be in line of at least one enemy's line of sight. So basically, as long as I'm standing close to a mob and they can hit me with one of their abilities during that turn or during their turn, I will pass the challenge. And it gives me 145% increased loot drop, which if the belt was like a 2.3% chance to drop, would take it up to like, I don't know, 5.24% or something. I don't know. Played Call of Duty. I literally haven't played Dofus properly in so long. Also, achievements in the game, kind of like Albion has a journal. So, like, if you go to the achievement section, you'll have all sorts of different achievements in the game once it loads. Probably because I'm fucking trying to download PoE at the same time. You'll have, like, general, reach, like, certain levels, achieve certain amount of achievement points. Exploration, these are all your different cities and areas in the game. Dungeons, you have, like, dungeons that you need to complete between level 1 and 50, 51 to 100, 101 to all that. Monsters, basically, like, these are all your different mob type. Oh, these are, like, different areas of mob types, which is just too complicated right now. Quests in the game, there's fucking thousands of quests. Professions, you know, gathering and shit, basically, or, like, your crafting. I love now how the water runs. That was never a thing before. Now you actually have like a running waterfall in the game. You can fish as well. Do a little bit of fishing. Fishing isn't like that interesting though. You just click and it happens. Each item when it's dropped or crafted has specific stats. So if I come over here again and I show you. We're going to the encyclopedia. Let's do it by levels so I can give you like a good item. Celebring, basically. It gives 250 vitality at most. It gives 40 wisdom at most, 40 power, and at most when it's dropped or when it's crafted. What a major can do is a major has a certain amount of, I think the word in English we're going to call it is weight, to work with. 100 is like you have wiggle room. And 0 is the next rune you're going to pass is going to be like luck, basically. What a major can do is I can drop the water resistance down to... I can keep it at 5. And then I can improve the vitality up to, say, 300. And then I can use that chance to pass the runes to make the fire resistance back up to 7. But at a chance of it, you know, critting, basically. Like it's hard to explain. We'll get onto that tomorrow. I'll sub on this one, and then I'll make a new character, and I'll get myself back up to like level 9 or something like that before I start stream. Or we just power through it, I don't know. But we want to play the single character accounts. We don't want any of these. The prices of everything on these are going to be shit. The best prices, obviously, like if you've got a team that's farming everything at once, like farming a mob at once or farming a dungeon at once, it's got 8. Whereas if I'm solo, I need to find friends, and the prices, everything's going to be more realistic. But yeah, right, boys. I'm out for the night.